The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Good look at the Motor City, Detroit, home to the first mile of concrete highway. Did you know that, Randy?
Had no idea.
First four-way, three-color traffic light, world's first urban freeway as well. Also ranks #1 in the nation in potato chip consumption per capita.
Good to know. You know what else I know?
Tell me.
My hair's never looked better.
You're right. You're right. I'm not denying that at all. It was some great pick action for you. And what a title match we have, Randy, coming up for you. Andres Gomez, Jason Belmonte. Gomez looking for tour title #4. Belmo trying to hit that 20 mark. And remember, he's going to be in Thursday's show as well, going for that 11th major. We could even see him tomorrow night in the Scorpion Championship. He's in the round of 16. He's done with this. He goes back home, focuses, round of 16 tomorrow, noon Eastern, trying to get to the round 8 and trying to get to another show. Jason Belmonte on top of the bowling world right now.
Yeah.
There is nobody better at this sport on this planet than that man, Jason Belmonte.
You know, looking at the numbers right off the bat, he actually threw that shot slower, Rob. And that was one of the things I was wondering about going into this title match. If he would move in, open up his angles, and soften up his ball speed, he did exactly that on his opening shot.
You and Kyle Troop found that immediately. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's going too fast. Put the brakes on it just a little bit. And the success rate has spiked. Here's Andres Gomez. Through the nose.
3-6-10.
Steve, can you hear me? Steve, can you hear me? Steve can't hear me. I want to throw it at the top of the screen.
All right, here's Randy now with our track technique for our 1 seed.
And I want you to watch the drift by Andres Gomez as he goes this way. He walks away from that arm swing, that beautiful arm swing that goes nice and straight, and then it allows him to tuck it underneath that right shoulder. And look how far underneath that shoulder he gets. Look at the body, hips out of the way, and that's what helps him create that right to left motion.
His last television win right here, Randy,
Yep.
Allen Park, Michigan, but
Yep.
all the way back in 2013 when he won the Carmen Salvino Classic. And this is not the start he was expecting here in the championship match.
Highlight is not the way you want to start in terms of ball reaction and when you're going up against the greatest player on the planet.
Back in the round of 16, Gomez took care of Tom Doherty 3-1. Round of 8, a thrilling match with Norm Duke, won that one 3-2. And then in our positioning match, won it with a 235, had the last 6 strikes, 8 total. But he's in early dire straits here in our championship match. Back-to-back opening spares for Gomez, 7 spare, 8 spare. Belmo with the strike as he moves to the right lane. He's had a lot of success here at the World Series of Bowling. Go back to 2011, won 3 titles, the Chameleon, the Shark, and the PBA Players Championship. Back-to-back opening jacks.
Man, that got down there with bad intentions, didn't it?
Yeah, that bowl was not going to a poetry reading. That was going to a fist fight. So here's Belmo, what he could accomplish here at the 2019 WSOB. He's already in the round of 16 tomorrow for the Scorpion. He's already your top seed for the PBA World Championship. And then Friday night, he's going to compete with the World Team versus Team USA. Again, all of our coverage this week coming away at 8 Eastern in prime time here on FS1. Belmo looking for an opening triple here in the championship match. Ten thought about it, wobbled, but wouldn't go down.
Good start for Jason. Again, to get that late 10 out, it's just a little softer speed to allow the ball a little more time to hook up into the pocket.
Oh my goodness. Those are the skinniest jeans I've ever seen in my life.
You sure the wind of that ball didn't blow that over? I mean, I'm not even sure the ball touched it. Hang on. Are you kidding me? That's good, clean living.
When you're having a good season, you're having a good season.
Wow.
My goodness.
Yeah, nice shot.
First strike for Gomez.
Belmonte does it with power. Gomez does it with touch. He said, you know, I tried to be the most versatile guy out here. It didn't work. I went back to old school. I went back to what I do best, and that's a really soft hand at the release point and curving the lane.
He brought up the back injury he had in Lubbock, Texas. Told us it kind of came out of the blue. He might have kind of pushed it with some work on the computer, playing cards with the guys during the downtime. Couldn't bowl the next day, he said. Couldn't practice for about a week. Put the TOC in jeopardy. But the TOC, he was able to get out there, had a pretty good session, actually. Says he's feeling better right now.
Good tournament at TOC. And here we see him right over the 25th board and leaving that vicious ring in 10. Throwing a supersonic.
A more traditional takedown of the 10-pin. Belmo up 11, steps up in the fourth. Strike, 9 spare.
That facial fescue has gotten a little bit thicker since he started tonight. Again, coming behind the head pin. A little bit faster on that shot than his first initial shot on the left lane.
Leaves the 10-pin again. We know what just happened in the third frame, barely knocking it down. Playing in the head at all?
Not his. It's such a fine line, though, Rob. If he gets too soft with that, with the RPMs that he creates, it could go through the nose and leave the ugliest split you've ever seen.
Yeah, the posture said it all.
More convincing.
So now
Dave,
back
can I
to
please
back
take a re-rack?
9 spares. Interesting, a re-rack here in the 5th.
I think he wants to buy a little time to think about his shot shape, his process.
Belmo will be in the World Championship as your 1 seed Thursday, 8 Eastern, right here on FS1. We're back with you live tomorrow night as well for the Scorpion Championship. Belmo could be on that show as well.
That time, 19.2. The shot prior, 20.2. The big difference, another mile-an-hour softer, and it allows the ball time to hook into the pocket. That was perfect.
These guys don't have access like we do to the MPHs.
No, but they have something we don't have, and that's feel. They can feel when it's faster. They know when it's fast. They can feel at the moment the bowling ball leaves their hand whether or not it's perfect.
Second strike of the title match for Gomez. Needs to start pairing them, though.
And there's the contrast in the two players and the difference in power. Andres is at 17.2 miles an hour. 2 to 3 miles an hour slower than Belmonte. That may not seem like a lot, but when you're talking about 60 feet, it translates into quite a bit of difference in terms of ball speed.
It's a big week for Gomez as well, sitting at 27th on the PBA playoff points list, knowing he's going to finish at worst second. Leaves the 10-pin.
Just a lack of power on that shot.
The catch is so good.
You heard him just say it. I've got to catch it so good. Imagine that same hit with another 150 RPMs behind it, and that probably is 10 in the pit. But that's today's modern power game.
Gomez takes care of the spare. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson here with you at historic Thunder Bowl Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. You're watching live coverage of the PBA Chameleon Championship match. Jason Belmonte, your 2 seed. Andres Gomez, your 1 seed. But Jason Belmonte, the man you're looking at right now, is the best bowler on the planet right now. Messenger! Try to take a swipe at the 10, but missed.
Short pin. As it slung around. Here you go. Head pin to the sidewall. Comes off that sidewall. Runs into another pin. Changes its direction. Not long enough to get the 10.
Three strikes. Three 9 spares for Belmo, who just barely advanced past A.J. Chapman. In fact, he needed to make sure the math was correct, and he actually sent out this tweet, which was essentially saying, congratulations, A.J. Chapman, you bowled a great game. I'm done for the night. And then he said, wait a second, what just happened? And went to the scores table and said, can you confirm that for me? Give me that number. Belmo here in our title match, and Belmo ready to start the 7th. Up 10.
Has to be aced out of your hand. Wow.
Oh, this place is tough.
Just a little high flush as the ball finishes in the 8-pin spot. He goes right by the 9-pin. It's not the first 9-pin he's left tonight.
He can max at 237. Gomez can max out at 238 right now. Priority number 1, though, is take care of this 9-pin. Which he does.
Belmonte looking for title number 20 and join an elite group. Names like Dick Ritger.
Yeah. Is that no good?
Oh, what's the other name I'm thinking? Is it Wayne Webb? Amleto Monticelli, all Hall of Famers, as will Jason be one day.
Gomez leaves the 10. Just hasn't been able to get on track, Randy. 7 spare, 8 spare, strike, 9 spare, strike, 9 spare, and now another opportunity for a 9 spare.
Well, he hasn't missed the pocket since the 3rd frame, but he's created so much angle, Rob, that it's hard for him to get his ball to fit perfect in the 1-3, and that's the only way he's going to strike from that angle. Unless he goes light. Maybe carries a light mixer.
Is that what you would recommend?
Well, I mean, if it was me, I'd play the same angle and just try to rip the holes out of it harder to get it to finish a little higher flush.
It's interesting, Gomez and Belmo are going to be teammates Friday night in that Team USA versus the World matchup. 8 Eastern here on FS1. Down 10, we begin the 8th.
Got that one.
just his third strike here in our title match.
I mean, he knows what he needs to do, and now it's just a matter of getting your body to perform the task. And that margin for error is very small right now for both players, not to hit the pocket, but to get all 10 out. Got an open hand. There used to be a guy by the name of Pete Weber that did that a lot. That open hand at release.
Fourth strike for Belmonte.
And that's to maintain a 10-pin lead. I got a feeling this ninth frame may be the tell-all for this title match. Whoever does or doesn't strike.
Excuse me, Dave. Can I please take my second re-rack?
The polite ask for the re-rack.
Very polite. Belmonte will finish the match on the right lane. Gomez is going to finish the match on the left lane. He struck once on the left lane, and that was the last shot that he threw. 4 strikes for Belmonte, 3 for Andres Gomez. Belmonte, 10-pin, 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 9-pin. Everything else strikes. That was pretty good.
His second double.
And now he cannot be shut out no matter what Andres Gomez does. Andres' max score 227. With this strike here, Jason Belmonte's max score 237. That ball there could have knocked down 30 pins as it went through the pins like a Mack truck going through a little snowmen pins.
Tiny little snowmen.
Yeah.
This is the one. This is the one you need to catch. It's nice, roll it. It's nice, roll it.
Gomez just burned a re-rack.
It's nice.
Wonderful audio picking up his thoughts. Gomez in the ninth.
Wow. Unreal.
I know.
A little tighter line, and it looked like it was going to face up, and it just leaves it. Watch the 6-pin. Second to the right, go around the 10. 10-pin. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those for Andres Gomez this game. Look out.
Watch out, watch out. Oh, boy.
Just gift wrapped title number 20 to Jason Belmonte. That's what happens when all your focus is on how to get your ball to strike, and you lose just enough, or you pay just that little attention to shooting the 10-pin, and you end up missing it. And that's what happens. That's what happens with bad pin carry. But bad pin carry is the most frustrating thing. Andres Gomez hasn't missed the pocket since the 3rd frame. Or since the 2nd frame, rather, and Belmonte, well, he just needs to keep it on the lane and stay behind the foul line.
Just need to be a little bit more deeper. A little bit deeper.
It's good to have Andres Gomez back, though.
Isn't it such a class act?
Yes, he is.
You know, you just want him representing you and things you believe in. And why not? Yeah. Finish with that 10-pin staring at you.
Yeah.
So he's in the books with the 194. Jason Belmonte. Find some pins and celebrate win number 20. Some thunder from down under for the win. Yes!
Well, he got by A.J. Chapman just barely. And like all great champions, he took advantage of it. 20th career title, second this season. We now have 3 multiple winners on the PBA Tour as he joins Dick Allen and Norm Duke. And guess what? He's not done. He's your #1 seed heading into tomorrow in the Scorpion match play.
Bill, Barbara, Chris,
Also your #1 seed Thursday night.
Thank you so much.
At the PBA World Championship, the 3rd major of this PBA season. We mentioned at the outset, he's having one of those seasons
Aria,
that
Hugo,
can leave a legacy.
Sylvie, Kimberly, Mum, Dad, Beck,
One of those seasons that
James,
people are going to be
Amila,
talking about for
Samson.
generations. Do you remember 2019
everyone.
when Jason Belmonte stepped up and did A, B, C, and
I love
D and
you guys.
became one of the best ever?
Yeah.
He's doing it right in front of our eyes, Randy. Right in front of our eyes.
Amazing guy. He is the
20.
reason
Oh
why
my
it's
goodness.
easy to lose
Oh my
track of
goodness.
just how hard it is
Thank
to
you,
win
Dexter. Thank
out on
you,
this
Voss.
tour.
Thank you, X-Bowling. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Detroit. Thank you, Detroit.
Detroit Rock City sees Belmo lift hardware
Thank you,
again.
Thunderbolt.
42-pin win
Thank you, Tom Schreiber. Thank you.
over Andres Gomez. Kimberly with our winner.
All right, Jason, you almost didn't make it out of the semifinals. Strikes were hard to come by, and you guys left a few 10 pins up there. What was happening with these lanes?
Yeah, that was a fortunate match. Listen, this Arena Bay, it's so different to the main bay that the way the ball goes through the pins is crazy. And as you can see, you have to hit the 1-3 perfectly. Otherwise, you leave something. You're picking your spare ball up. So, unfortunately for Andres tonight, he left a few more than I did. But I really enjoy playing my good friends, and Andres is one of them. And hopefully we'll go get a drink afterwards, and I'll shout him dinner.
Well, tonight you hit a milestone, 20 PBA Tour titles. What is that like?
20. That's a crazy big number. I never thought I'd get to 20. Well, I mean, now that I'm here, I'm extremely happy, and I'm going to celebrate tonight and then get ready for the next tournament tomorrow. So I won't be celebrating too much.
All right, well, I'm going to put you on the spot. Are you going to make Scorpion for tomorrow or what?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll win that one, and then I'll win the World Championship. You got to believe it, right?
All right, you heard it right here. Congratulations to Jason Belmonte on his 20th PBA Tour title.
And we could see number 21 tomorrow night. And we could see number 22 Thursday night.
Number 20.
So tomorrow night, it's the Scorpion Championship. Jason Belmonte could very well be on that show as well. Our coverage begins at 8 Eastern right here on FS1. It's also streaming on the Fox Sports app. Jason Belmonte, your 2 seed, had to survive a wicked battle with A.J. Chapman. Took it by just 3 pins. And then in the title match, once again, Belmo does what Belmo so often does. Locked and loaded in Detroit Rock City. He throws a 236, title number 2 in 2019 and title number 20 in his illustrious career. Another win for #1.